Hello. All right. Okay, good. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. Sorry for the last minute switch up. YouTube had some rules that we weren't prepared for today. So, all right. I'm going to give people a couple of minutes to come on. And if I'm looking to the side, it's because I have another screen open. We have I have prizes for the first people to respond. So that although Dr. Long and Sister Cunningham don't count because they already have it. So I have some prizes for Brother Chavez and First Lady Covington. I will show you all those. Hey Shannon. Hey Robin. Hello, Denitra. Thank you. Thank you all for your congrats. We're going to get started shortly. I just want to give a few more people a chance to come on because it's not going to be long. I just want to share with you all what this is and allow you to see an in-person view of the study journals. In the event that you would like to order them. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Erica. Gonna give them about 2 more minutes. How is everyone doing? I miss you all so much. I'm glad we get to do things virtually. All right, 1 more minute. And even though, so the issue was the account that's actually going to be the journal account. That account did not. YouTube, before you can go live with that account, you had to have a verification for over 24 hours. And I wasn't aware of that in advance. So if you are interested in things that I'm going to be doing on that channel, and I'll explain a little more what that is, you can go ahead over to that channel, and it's Study Journal Central. And you can subscribe to that channel. And what I would suggest as well is if you have children who are middle school to college age, I would suggest you tell them about that channel as well, because I will be doing a lot of just studying things, period. So you'll hear a little bit more about it when we get started, which we're going to actually go ahead and get started now. So hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you all who consistently show up to all of the live events that we do, whether it's a birthday party or it's something that God has placed on our hearts. So I'm so grateful that you all took this time out of your evening to come and spend with me. So the first thing I want to do is tell you a little bit about what made me even do this. Like, where did this come from? So during the pandemic, I noticed that I was spending a lot of time on my phone or on my computer, just in general, whether it was because of work or what I had started to do was take my notes and do my devotions on my phone. One, because I felt like it kept stuff in a central location, and it allowed it allowed me to go back quicker than going through a bunch of journals. But what I realized later is it was extremely distracting. And so with me going to my phone, I would get messages from people. I would get alerts from various websites. And I realized that I needed to dedicate some concentrated, undistracted time with the Lord. So in doing that, I decided to start writing in a regular journal, notepad and pen. So while I was writing, I realized that some days I would just read a scripture and then be like, oh, okay, I had my devotion. It was very monotonous. It was very just the same thing over and over again. And so what I decided I needed to do was give myself some tools to make sure that I am diving into the word as I read it and not just passively reading it. So that's where the study journal came from. The original study journal actually was just a notebook. And I cannot draw, but I was studying the book of Samuel, and in an effort to ask myself some questions about the scriptures and really get into it instead of just passively reading, I had different colors, and I made these little boxes. And when I found myself doing that every single morning, I said I should just make something that has the boxes already made. And so I went on to make a study journal for myself. And so in doing that, I said, I'm sure there are other people who feel like me. I'm sure there are other people who have this same thing that they want to do, where they want to spend concentrated time with the Lord, and they want to have notes from their reading the Bible that really dive deep. And in talking to some friends and family, they said, you know what, I would like something like that. So hence the study journals were created. This took way longer than I thought. I thought, okay, I could just make it real quick and no, that didn't happen. It took a very long time. And I think that it kind of made it more precious to me, knowing how much time it did take for me to make it. So what I want to do is I want to show you all the study journals. And so the first study journal, this is the first journal. And I came up with the title Know Him because that was the whole purpose of me creating this journal. That was the whole purpose of me wanting to have a journal for studying the word. It was so that I could know him. And so if you could open it, in this, it has different questions that you ask yourself, and then just some plain paper for whatever God lays on your heart, whatever you want to share, whatever you want to write. The whole purpose is you ask yourself some in-depth questions about the word. I think my favorite question is the question that asks you about key mindsets and behaviors. So what I want to do is, and thank you, you can stop showing it. What I want to do is I want to kind of talk about how to use it. This is not a devotional. So it's not something that you can say, okay, this is going to tell me what to read. No, you already have to have in your heart and mind what you want to study when it comes to this journal. And this journal just kind of guides you in your reading. I am an English teacher. So with being an English teacher, I am always trying to look for ways to guide reading. And these are some questions that I ask myself. So one of the first questions is, what are the key events? And this journal is specific to the Old Testament. The New Testament journal will be coming out in the spring, and I'll talk to us about the other journals that will be coming out as well. But this is specifically for the Old Testament. Something that I've learned about the Old Testament is God has several things that he does. And if we notice them, we can notice his ways. And so the key events, they just have you to write down what things were going on. When I was studying the book in the Old Testament, I was looking at the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel to be exact. And there were several things that happened there, and they were all significant. And so I wanted to keep note of that. And then key statements are just key verses or key things that were said. Something from 1 Samuel that always sticks out to me as a key statement is when Samuel told Saul, obedience is better than sacrifice. And so that's something I wanted to hold on to. So those are type of things that would be in the key statement section. And then key mindsets and behaviors. That's where you're really looking at the person and seeing if God called this person righteous, what mindset does this person have? What are the behaviors that this person has for them to be considered righteous? Because I want to have that. I want to be like that. So if God noticed that David was a man after his heart, well, what were the key mindsets and behaviors that David had that made him that? And so that's really the heart of the questions and where they come from. So that is what is in the journal. I also have a men's version. And I say men, if the men like this one, that's your business. If you want the roses and gold, that's your business. And if a woman wants this, one that was created for men, that's your business. Nobody judging you. So you can get whatever one you like. And it has the same thing. Inside is the same. It's just a little stronger with the font. Okay. So that is it for the study journals. If you have been to my Amazon page, I have an Amazon author page. And what that means is every book that I have created will show up in that one location. And so on the Evite, where it says here, that's the hyperlink, it will take you directly to my author page. On there now are about 6 journals. There are 4 plain journals, and then there are the 2 study journals. So now I want to talk about the plain journals. The plain journals right now, I just have women's versions. And I know I've already heard from some of my male friends, and they said, Sister Long, why you don't have one for the men? So I want the men to know that right now, I have several designs that will be ready. Unfortunately, they won't be ready for Christmas, but they will be ready for by January 1. And I think they're nice. I have a group of men who are going to be my people who look and say, no, Sister Long, that's too feminine, or yes, this is good. So if some people wanted to buy one for their husbands or for their sons, those will be coming soon in January. The plain journals, my whole heart behind that was, first of all, really honestly, I was running out of journals, and the place in which I get my journals closed. I get mine from a particular Marshall's. I feel that they have the best ones, and that Marshall shut down because of the pandemic. So I decided, well, I can also make plain journals that have Black people on them, because the journals that I have, they have some pretty people on them, or they have like scriptures on them. And so I wanted to make one that were something that teens would like also. Because I wanted teens to get into reading the Bible and knowing Jesus. So I have several journals. Right now, there are, I think live right now it's only 3, but the fourth one will be available next week. It is another Black natural hair girl on the cover, and it has a scripture on it as well. So you all can go to that link. Sister P Long is my tech person, and she she put the link in the chat. So if you want to go to it, you can. And so really that's it. That is the heart behind this project. And so I want to kind of talk to us about what will be happening in the future. So the YouTube channel that I've created is called Study Journal Central. It is my desire to help people to know how to study both spiritually and academically. So I will be doing things that show you how to study both the Bible and natural, just books and novels. I have a few academic notebooks that will be coming out for studying novels. And if you have students who are middle school to college age and they are in an English class in which they have to read a novel, I would highly suggest this annotation journal that will be coming out in January as well. It has things that you want to ask when you read any novel. And since I've been an English teacher, I know the basic things that they'll need. So I'll be helping children study, period. I am working on a math study journal so that children can have a way to study math. And so this channel will both be how to study the Bible and really using this study journal. The New Testament of the study journals, that version is going to come out in January as well. That journal is complete, the formatting, like what it's going to be, but it'll have a different cover and it'll still be titled Know Him. So all of the spiritual things fall under the moniker Know Him, and then all of the natural things are just the study journals. Okay, so hopefully this is something that people can use as a tool to help them if they are studying for assessments, so that, especially in a time in which the internet is so prevalent, people don't read the way they used to. So I want to create ways for reading to still be done and for people to still understand what they're reading. Okay, so thank you all so much for coming. If you have questions, you can leave your questions in the chat. And I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. And I just appreciate you all for always coming through and supporting. And First Lady Covington and Brother Chavez, you all will be getting a copy of the journal since you all were the first to come. Now, Brother Chavez, you can type in the chat section yes or no, because I also with that have different colored pens. If you want different colored pens, also you can say yes. But I like writing in different colors because it allows things to stick out in your mind. And that's like scientifically proven. It kind of ingrains it in your mind based on different colors that you use. So if you noticed my earlier journal that I showed, it had a bunch of colors. And so I wanted to give these away with the journals so that you can use them. If you would like to do that, if you would like these, you can say yes in the chat. And thank you so much, Auntie Dang. All right. If you have not done your Christmas shopping yet, let me just put in a shameless plug. You know, give someone the gift of knowing Jesus a little closer. And even if it's not the study journal, just the plain journals. Right now, the prices for the plain journals are $7.50. The inside is just black and white lines. And then the women's version of the no hem is 16, but it is that price because it's in full color. So it's color on the outside, but on the inside it's in color, and there's like some little decorative details, you know, us women who like to be fancy. So it's a little fancier. So that's kind of what's reflecting in the price. All right. Are there any questions? All righty. Well, thank you all so much for joining. Thank y'all so much for supporting. Thank you to the people who have already purchased their journals. Amazon told me, Amazon let me know. So thank you all so much. I appreciate the support that you all continue to give. But will I make spirals? So if I go with a different, right now I'm using Amazon, and Amazon has a direct publishing company. So I don't actually get the books tangibly. It comes straight from Amazon. Because of that, they're limited in how they produce their books. So it wouldn't be spiral. It wouldn't come like hard bound. If I decide to later, which I am thinking about, go with a different publishing company, then that is a possibility. But right now, no spiral, no hardcover. All righty. Thank you. Thank you all so much for the congratulations. Love you too, Minister Taylor. Thanks for joining us. Thank you all. Thank you so much. All righty.